All right. Awesome experience. Let me share this with you. Of course, we're out looking for the artifacts of the North American Indian, looking for their lives, where they were, how they expressed themselves, and of course, these stone artifacts are the last remaining evidence of the North American Indian. I've only been through, let's see here, let's look, 40 yards of tobacco rows. This stuff has got to come up. I mean, today, tomorrow, the next day, this is long overdue. They need to harvest this. So I figured I'd get out here and check it out. And what I did is I set myself, and we look up here. I needed a point, a dismissal point, because I found a lot. I'm going to show you so I won't have to do a cleanup. I found a bunch. Every time down one of these rows, I'm picking up an artifact. How about that? How about that? I must have hit, I don't know, 20 rows. And so I'm going up and down this thinking to myself, I need a dismissal point because I need to get out of here. I need a point that's going to dismiss me, motivate me to make a video. So I'm walking down here and stepped, and I said, a dismissal point. Is it really? Is it broken? Because we're looking at it right here. And I bent over just like this, and I looked at it. I said, oh my word, it's a Guilford Yuma, and it's in perfect condition. So we're going to check that out. It's wide open right now. I mean, that's nice. Look at the plant next to it. Nice, right? But I got to show you some other things. I mean, we've got things around here. Look at this. Quartz. Coming from this direction. That's what it is. Beautiful. But look at this first, before we even mess with that. I put this out, poured my pocket out, and I said, look at this. Here's the tour, just so I won't have to do a whole bunch of cleanup at home. And I mean, it's so worth checking some of these pieces out. We've got an awesome Guilford in quartz. Just after I gave a couple away, in that giveaway, my most recent giveaway is just about to be closed today. So if it's not closed yet, and it doesn't say closed or whatever, I mean, get in there. There's been some awesome, that's a great piece. I want to give you a tour and try to make it worthwhile. Look at what I've been finding. And I mean, this stuff is coming up. All this stuff. Can you see it? Mercy, right? Rows and gardens of tobacco. It's got to come up. But, you know, why not go out and try to save some stuff? I mean, some great points here. It's just some basic stuff you're looking at. And here's a little point hidden down there. It is a triangle. Regular basic field stuff, and a great sugar quartz. They made thumb scrapers often out of sugar quartz. Fantastic finds. Pieces like this that are much more translucent. I don't know if we can even see that. That would have been a nice point, right? Still is. It's just quartz, thin. I don't know if I'm showing this. And look at this piece. Quartz. Tip's just missing on that tool. And here's a whole bunch more. Look at this. I mean, it just didn't stop. And it might not, but I've got to get going. I needed a dismissal point, I call it. Some of these materials are just great. Craftsmanship. Eared yatkin right here, just missing one of the ears, that's all. I mean, look at this little bit of an ear that's missing. I got a sunspot that I'm dealing with there. Let me try to put this in a different place. Nice piece. And I mean, I got that Guilford Yuma that's absolutely stellar, perfect. I'm so thankful. I'm humbled. I can just come out here and do my best, and all I did is I convinced myself, I set my mind to believe that I hadn't looked like I needed to look, so that I did not find what I could have found. I set my mind to believe that. So I started looking like I believed in my heart I needed to look. And sometimes that's what it takes. But sometimes I think that the spirit of life honors that. Look at these points, right? There's just a lot of good stuff to look at, and you're like, well, there's one in the ground. Let's get after it. Yeah, there is. There is one in the ground. But some great artifacts. Let's check that one out. See it from here. Crawling around underneath this stuff. Where is it? There we go. And it's warm today. And I will remind you, I put out the video before this because Indian Trace Volume 1 has been published. I'm so glad. Look at that. I'm so glad I was able to get that up there. Volume 2 will be coming. This is a nice point. Not even cleaned off yet. Take a look at that. Old. Gosh, it's sharp, and that's good. And it's thicker, which is what I'm glad it's not just a flake. It's worked on both sides. Such a great point. Such a fortunate find. It's rhyolite's what you're looking at. Some of you out there are wondering. And I've asked and make mention of it all the time. But if you watch Indian Trace, you know, around here, the rhyolite they find. It's pretty abundant. They load it in. It comes from far away. Look at that point. Where do I put it? With all this stuff, right? Where do I put it? Scraper there. It's not dried up yet, but I mean, I'm overwhelmed. Now that's a dismissal point. See, you get a Guilford Yuma, set you on the road, and I mean, I'm all set to go at the moment that I need to go. And there it is, Guilford Yuma, right there in the sunlight. I mean, there's 2 Guilfords right here. That's crazy. Appreciate you tuning in to Indian Trace. Video's a little bit longer, but I mean, that would have been long if I got all those finds on the video. But just pick them up and keep going and sort of try to economize my time. Appreciate you tuning in to Indian Trace, and that right there, that's Indian Trace. Hope you find out there.